So we started this finals off with a veto, but here we go again. In the blue color, we have got AOM, aka Ulysses. In the blue color, I said blue color twice, he's Zeus. And on the other side, his opponent playing as the Chinese, Fushi specifically, Insanity. Welcome to the finals of the 11th monthly tournament from Meta Place. We are now holding our main events on the extended edition. We've even made a balance mod. We've ported over the maps. We include this tooltip mod as well. We include blind pick in there, so it's gonna be very nice for the competitive scene, and we get to enrich the experience for the extended edition players a little bit. Now, in this matchup, it's going to be very interesting to see what path Ulysses takes. I think the Fushi path is pretty much laid out. It's just going to be some kind of call to arms aggression. Although I gotta say, the balance mod is nerfing that. So you only get 3 units out of call to arms rather than 4 at this point. You still get the myth unit, of course. But also the train time of the Immortals has been increased, so it's much more taxing on your town center to produce those, and their ranged attacks are worse, although they will scale up to be the same as you advance through the ages. But anyway, the point of it all is to make them a little bit weaker in the early phases of the game, where pretty much everybody struggles. And there's also been a scout cavalry rework where they do less damage overall. Well, the core damage is worse, but they have more damage against archers, and they no longer have a bonus against villagers. So it'll be interesting to see how that goes. There's also significant nerf to the Great Flood God Power, where it just significantly loses damage compared to before, as it pretty much was an army and base deleter. What else? There are buffs though to the Chinese faction. So for example, you've got the generals, which gain a ton of special attack radius, which is a boost ability. It means that everyone in the 15 range area will be affected by that, rather than just 10 radius, which is a huge change. Basically means that your entire army will be affected for the most part if you're willing to sacrifice a bit on your range. Just walk in your range units a little bit and you'll get the full buff. Then you put your generals on passive stance and keep triggering the ability whenever it's ready. You can have up to 3 of them, so you can pretty much have great uptime if you cycle them. Don't commit the generals too much to the fighting, and they'll be paying for themselves in no time. We got some spicy stuff, so maybe the pre-laid out path is not going to be followed after all. Sun Wukong is going to be the god of choice, and he'll be making some Monkey Kings potentially. Very interesting to see that against the Zeus player who will be going Hermes. Interesting, okay. So the Centaurs are also maybe not the best choice because the Immortals are such a good counter to them. Looks like a very Centaur focused build for sure. So triple prayers, as well as 8 villagers on wood. That is absolutely the path that these will go. I wonder, can they easily pick off a Monkey King? And is our Chinese player actually going to go for additional production? Yeah, it's War Academy and Stable, but both receiving the Blessed Construction from Fushi. These guys have 200 HP and they have a slap that stuns. Sylvan Lore gonna be coming in right away. So let's see if that Monkey King can connect to the Centaur. It's a little bit faster, but it looks like he'll be putting away. However, we've got the Immortal Hero. And that should be able to get a few shots off on that Centaur, reducing the health drastically. Looks like Immortal versus Jason fight has begun, but the Jason has significantly more health. Although the armor is in favor of the Immortal. There's 2 Immortals now, but Odysseus pulls out as well. And there's additional Immortals being made now, up to 3. 4 Immortals, that's all. That's not all the Immortals that you can make, because Fushi is like this. He can train all 8 Immortals. And the Sylvan Lore has kicked in, so the Centaur is now pretty tanky going after that. Bolt is going to be used on the Monkey, and the villagers are being pulled to fight against the Scout Cav. Only a few of them in the battle. They had their damage reduced by 1, and no longer gain a bonus damage against villagers, but they're still pretty speedy overall. They're still costing 1 population, and they're going to be pretty nice against archers. So overall, they are going to be able to push this away for now. But that would have been a significant loss to Ulysses before this current balancing. Whereas now he just kind of gets to walk away from it in one piece. Still, the China Flood is absolutely real. And we still got the Sun Wukong God Power, which is the great... It's not great. It's... I forget the name. We have to check the name. I am so sorry. It's called Great Journey. It is called Great Journey. I didn't want to be stupid, but I guess I made myself look stupid anyway. Good job. That will give a massive 40% speed boost to every military unit, and also actually your villagers. So a very good god power to cast, especially once you're raiding, especially once the Greek player can be pushed out of the base somehow. We got a handful of True Canoe. Here's how many total, only 2 right now. So on their way out, a lot of damage will be taken by the town center as well as Odysseus. No more Centaur production is currently on. And it looks like our Greek player is more interested in getting a stable going. And see if he can sustain against this. Currently, Ulysses has more resources, so that's why the score is so much higher. But in terms of actual economy and population, I think he's doing just fine. Well, the Centaurs will be picking off a few of the military units. You also have defensive Immortals and even more being trained. This is starting to definitely cut into the population space and the overall villager count of our Chinese players. So they'll have to be careful as we go. But now with 2 Immortals out, they'll be able to push away these Centaurs, no problem. They have 6 track rating, I believe. Track rating 6, yeah. So the full speed Centaurs can dodge their shots, but as you turn around, maybe not. Oh, especially if they stand still for a sec. Okay, this one gets away. Just barely. Hippocrates will be extremely important, but is not able to save that Centaur now. Second Hippocon is out. We'll need quite a few more if Ulysses wants to succeed here. I'm not sure the Centaurs were the best possible pick, but he's up by 2 villagers now because so many Immortals have been trained. Maybe Insanity needs to chill on that for a little bit. But I do like to see Sun Wukong being picked just because we usually don't get to see that. Oh no, another Centaur goes down. And this one is not exactly safe either, but should be able to get back home and get healed up by Hippocrates now. Stable and archer range together will be able to produce a composition that the Chinese player can't easily deal with. But we'll have to see how good those new and improved scout cavalry are. In a way, they're improved, right? Because their mobility has been improved. So they turn faster and whatever. Become more responsive that way. And they are better against archers than before. So that should make a difference. Here we got plus 75% damage against archers. That is pretty huge. Although I'd like to see the medium upgrade on them soon. Okay, Centaur has been healed up. So can pick off a scout cavalry real quick, but has to keep retreating them. Oh my goodness! That one was snared by the scout cav, so the immortals could finish it off. And we've got a great journey as well coming in with 5 more immortals. This is absolutely insane. It's insanity, you could say. The villagers are going to be absolutely wrecked as the scout cavalry reach up to 8 speed. And the immortals 6.3, they are faster than centaurs right now. And they sure as hell have ranged attacks against ranged units. So they could technically just chase. Look at this. This is trying to run away, but that's not going to happen. The villagers are trying their best as well to reach the town center, but more often will fall. Insanity is now up 28 villagers to 25. And that number may grow still. Another centaur getting picked off. TC doing its best to try to track these units, but no tower upgrades, no crenulations on towers means that none of this can be hit now anyway. But everything comes to an end, and so does the God Power Great Journey. Our Chinese player is going to be going after these rhinoceros. There are 3 of them in the middle. That's 1,500 food right there. That's all he needs, honestly. There it is. Might need a few more vills on food, though, I have to say. Gardens, only 1 garden made. So we're probably not going to see any monkey kings anytime soon. They cost food as well. I'm surprised to still not see a scout cavalry upgrade. But the War Academy upgrade is coming in, so the halberdiers and true canoe will be becoming medium. But unfortunately for these Toxotes, the immortals are archers as well, so they'll be able to take those down no problem. Okay, the hippocons are getting kitchen knifed, and I guess that's gonna be it. The villagers are found, and Insanity takes the first game against our Zeus player Ulysses. Very good start to the series for sure. Super solid play, and you can just see how far ahead he was in the resource department here. Kills deaths not too much because obviously he had to deal with centaurs, and he was like losing scout cav, which is super cheap. But good strategy and well played, and really good economy management behind it. Game 2 is here, and Ulysses is gonna be switching it up for sure. He's going Oranos. On the other side, sticking with the good old China, Insanity will be playing as Nua. So I really like that pick. It can be played in a pretty similar way to Fushi, and now I believe we might actually, if this guy keeps being spicy, we might get to see some Chang'e, and we might be seeing Barrage being used and whatever. So that could be real cool. Or he can just play, you know, good old standard Nuba and go for call to arms through Huang Di. Maybe make a few terracotta or just get cheap farms. And boom that way. Okay, storage pit. Coming up here in a very nice hunting spot. And the scout cav, of course, going after the oracle. There's 2 scout cavs, so they can get 2 oracles for their trouble. Oh, it moves past. That's unfortunate. That would have been very nice to have. We got Odin's spear as relics. Oh, he does fix it. No, he goes past again. Whatever. That's the only relic we can see, which is funny because Alfheim has 4 relics. All of them are out of sight. Tail of Cerberus is also here. We got the Toothed Arrows, as well as the Khopesh of Horus. So some pretty impactful relics here. Oh, in the chat we got the person who got us to 1,000 subscribers on the spot. Very nice. Clan Matapras. Sorry. Trying to pronounce your name. Thank you very much for the help, as well as everyone else on YouTube actually that has subscribed. And if you've not, then you can help push us to the next milestone, whatever that is. I guess 2,000 we'll make a little post again. But much appreciate everyone on Twitch and YouTube that is following our tournaments and casts and whatever. You guys keep us going. Not sure what we do without. But as long as you guys are here, we're here. Okay, we're gonna have some simple walling. These are some pretty tight spaces, right? So makes a lot of sense to wall them off. Although, honestly, I'd like to see this hunt being utilized, but easier said than done against Oranos. Just wall off, play it safe, get some chickens. There's some back hunt here anyways. Maybe Insanity will be able to access those, but you have to respect Oranos. Then again, China can be pretty solid against Oranos if you have enough Scout Cav, if you have enough Halberdiers. Do you want to boom or not? I actually don't really have the answer, but the Immortals are pretty solid too. I mean, you pump out 4 of those Immortals and they're basically the counter to Terma. The Terma can't dodge their shots, so you just got a hard counter. You just put those guys in the control group and you should be good to go. Ulysses advances to the classical age. We got double counter barracks with a Terma flood supposedly coming in after that, so Scout Cav and Immortal should be the response. Will we get a second TC from Insanity though? I would say probably not. Yeah, I think just keep going with the classical age business and all should be well. There's a really good hunt spot, and if he can secure this with... Oh god, there's so much hunt! By the gods. This wall will be easily broken through by the 2 Prometheans. So Yuli has a pretty good start here. Might be able to bully the villagers a little bit. But for Nuba, bear in mind, taking the kitchen knife fight is not a bad idea whatsoever. You can revive these villagers. 4 of them, I believe. Why isn't this tooltip working all of a sudden? Please. Make it work! I'm certain it's 4 villagers. Let's check here. 4 peasants get revived. And you can get acupuncture, which is half a point of regeneration per second, which is very nice as well. But anyway, here is the little counter army that I was talking about. This is gonna be more than enough. Here come the Scout Cav. More Scout Cav being made, and villagers and Immortals are being both trained. Now, the Immortals can even shoot the Terma heroes of Oranos. Now, Terma heroes are faster than normal Terma, but Oranos even adds more on top of that. Scout Cav are more or less able to keep up though, and they've got a bonus against Archer 75%, so these Terma cannot stick around. They have to leave, but, you know, as long as they leave in a good pathing, it should be okay. But I think Insanity is not having any of it, and he's gonna surround these. Oh my goodness, this is so good. AOM is capturing a relic. It's gonna be Odin Spear, Tail of Cerberus, so he's got Hoplite, Murmillo attacks, as well as Mythian recharge rates, so that's only gonna really affect the Mythic Age ones. Unless he gets Satyrs. Satyrs it could affect too. Now this is some real gaming, picking off the Immortals with the Terma, but I'm not sure it's actually gonna go through. Getting the Chukanu so early might be not the play, I'm not sure. Also, I do believe that the Chukanu attack rate has been increased, so they're a little bit more consistent. Very visible, fast animation on these. Did he just shockwave a single unit there? Ulysses, are you choking maybe a little bit? Uh-oh. That's trouble. Here comes a ton of Scout Cav, 9 of them. That's as many as there are Terma, and I do believe they are able to go toe-to-toe with these guys. Just way more Pierce Armor than these guys pack. So the only thing that is going for the Uranus player right now is that they've got these Promethean offspring. Also, the Scout Cav are actually faster than the baby Terma. Would love to see medium cavalry being researched by our Chinese player, but it's not happening. In fact, the hunt is stopped as of right now, but moving on they are, and the Oracle will spot that, so this is a good opportunity for the Terma to break away and to go after that. No other food sources have been used so far. Definitely overdoing the gold now is insanity, so I'd love to see some kind of economic fixes there. Yeah, 10 is too much. You want 8 on gold, and I think he had 12 just a moment ago. So that's a rip, but anyway, like I said, here go the Terma, and they appear to be large enough in number to scare these villagers away. But of course, if the scouts go after oh, not going after the vills, but going after the Terma, it seems. The wall network is working out. And oh, these Terma are actually stuck in there. Wait, changing his mind about where to attack. And here go the Scout Cav surrounding what they can. The manor is the only way to escape this. But here come even more Terma. Well, this is a terrible, terrible situation for the Uranus. Completely relying on the Prometheans now. Catapulties finally arrived to the show. Ulysses has a major amount of resources stockpiled of the other types, but food is what he needs. Get out 5 Catapulties, and I promise you this will melt. It's just the unending Terma flood has been preventing him from getting there. Let's see what kind of economic upgrades we have. 0 for the Atlanteans, and we got 4 of them for the Chinese. So hand axe, hunting dogs, husbandry, pickaxe. This is starting to look pretty solid. But now with the Catapulties slowly trickling in, there's only still 1 of them, but even the 1 can make major work happen against these Scout Cav, which are made of literal paper. Look at that! Just one-tapping them like a Chad. Oh my god, this game needs an experience system for kills. Like, you get 3 kills, you gotta level up. Catapulties sure deserves it. He'd be having 3 stars right now on his chest. Or at least a kill counter. You know, you don't have to reward it, but something to brag about. Got a Bellerophon with 900 kills. Never lose it, always send it to the temple to heal. And you're Gucci. Or, doesn't have to be temple, can be a healer in the extended edition. And hopefully definitive edition. I really hope they retain at least some of the new units. I think some might require some rethinking, but I do think the healing is nice for the Greek. It feels great at least. I'm sure non-Greeks disagree. Okay, the Terma are being focused now by the Immortals. That is exactly as things should be. Medium Terma is now in. It's not a free upgrade on the extended edition, so Ulysses has invested into this. Stonks. His army is starting to do real work. Recreation is in. The villagers that were lost are now back. And here they come with the kitchen knives to push away the Uranus military. We're not gonna see Sentry Tower upgrade, I guess, or Watchtower rather. Yeah, we're not, but there's some walling going on, and hunting outside of the main is still happening. The Chinese player is not in too shabby of a situation, but here comes a shockwave, and that might turn around the fight. The villagers are being suddenly picked off. That's 2 losses right there, but only 32 villagers against 16 citizens. That is not great, and I think Ulysses may have made this happen just now with additional flooded units coming in non-stop. It's painting the map blue. Although Scout Cav are literal paper, so not upgrading them to medium Cav is a great sin. And I think Ulysses is absolutely capitalizing on this. It was looking rough for him at the start when his raids were completely countered, but now that he can take the direct fights and the Scout Cav are just not putting their weight, honestly, that is not good. They look cheap, right? But they individually are weak, so you really need that medium upgrade and whatever you can to support him with. Of course, Nuwa makes every human unit a little bit cheaper, including the heroes. That is very nice. Ay, that is a resource operation that was not approved by the Chinese government. And here the raiders come. There's a reason why other Trojans shouldn't farm outside of their walls. Rip. What were they thinking? Ulysses is getting the settlement in the back, so that will put him on significant population and economic leads. And once again, the Shukunu are getting absolutely picked off by the Terma. There's no chance for them. And GGG is going to be called as AOM has too much power in this. A great game. I really enjoyed casting this one. Hope the next one is just as good. Look at the skill to death. It's just showing the power of Atlantean if you can squeeze in just a little bit of front line. Those Scout Cav are pretty much gonna be melting unless you upgrade them to medium and maybe even give them some armory upgrades like shields or melee armor. One of those at least. Okay, this is very interesting. Ulysses is gonna be switching it up, going Poseidon in this one. Very, very cool. And on the other side, playing as Nuba once more, we have got Insanity. Who has seen Chinese on Anatolia before? I have not in a tournament setting at least, so it's gonna be great to see how that does. And I believe it's a very nice map for it as well. I believe we haven't cast one of these before, so I'm not exactly sure if that's true, but I don't recall one at least. Of course, we're gonna be going on the bottom side for Insanity, but Ulysses is actually switching it up. And he's going to the north, just to avoid any potential shenanigans, I guess. Maybe he'll be able to build up a little bit deeper on the top side of the water. Chinese ships are not bad. Like, their junks are a little bit tankier than the rest. Greek ships have more range, but I think on a map like Anatolia, the hit points will matter more. The only situation though that is really important here is that the Poseidon player has access to lure, which is bringing in the extra animals on the map directly into Ulysses' base, which is exactly what he wants. Denied to the Chinese player. At some point they'll be going out to hunt in the middle of the map, although after the classical advance it's typically that they abandon all hunting operations and go for the wood and the gold, as you get all the necessary food from the water already. The fish will provide. Teach a man to fish and he'll mine gold for the rest of his life. Pretty sure that's not how the quote goes, but this is AOM we're talking about. Two wolves are already in the main here, so they're gonna be eaten up. Just a handful of berries, of course, always in Anatolia, but the most prominent feature of the map is that the gold mines are pretty central. You get a double gold mine in the main. Oh, these are very exposed. Does the Greek player just rush the hell out of this? I don't know. We'll have to see. These are kind of exposed too, so I guess both sides could make something happen on land. But sufficient walling should be able to put a stop to it. The towers kind of don't protect the The gold mines, this one is okay, I guess, and this one is okay, I guess. So good walling should be okie dokie. So I believe all Chinese docks are now 100 wood, whereas the Greek ones are as well. So Chinese no longer have 125 wood docks, but Fushi doesn't get the bonus. So this is played on the Meta Plays Balance mod, to be extremely clear. This is not in the live game, but in our tournaments, we thought we would adjust the balancing a little bit. Just a bunch of tweaks on the Chinese to make them a little bit more interesting and a little bit less oppressive with their god powers and the immortal spam. But besides that, we are buffing their generals so that they're more relevant. You can do some cool pullback micro and keep their special ability boost up for much longer on a much bigger army. And also, war chariots are cheaper. And the scout cav are better against archers now, but don't demolish villagers. There's a bunch of other things. Some small nerfs to Egypt, as they're significantly stronger than they are on Voobly, and most of our competitors, the top players, are from Voobly, so we're a little bit afraid that they could just destroy the scene with Egypt. Especially compared to their Voobly strength. But anyway, the classical ages are about to kick in here. You should be seeing any moment from Insanity. The Chage pick, actually, very interesting. So, not gonna go call to arms in this one with Huangdi, but we'll be seeing the barrage, which might be used on the water even. Although I do doubt that personally. Oh, the boar is actually killed. Oh, interesting. Tons of fishing ships, so let's check on those numbers. We got 13 to 15, with Ulysses having the 15. Lots of docks going down for our Chinese player for sure. And there's not going to be any immortal strength right away, so Insanity just relying on the initial Pishu unit that will be spawning. Here comes the dog bully with the scout cap. That is never gonna work out, but they can lower the health a little bit, I guess. Barrage is up. Doubt they'll be used anytime soon, but anyway, we got a garden coming in. Surprised to not see multiple gardens for the... Did I say Pishu earlier? I actually meant Shilin. I am sorry. So these guys, as they die, they heal up nearby allies. Okay, here comes the trireme. That will basically delete the scout cap, especially in cooperation with the centaur. Oh, doesn't actually get the special attack off, so there is that. And we've got our first junk out on the map. It's got 20 more health than Greek ships do, at the same cost, of course, but the Greek ships do have 2 extra range. On this map, I don't think you can really micro to make that work, though. Spaces are way too tight for that. Oh, the Shilin actually picks up that centaur. Very nice. Of course, the Poseidon player is not going to be able to get too much value out of it, but both heroes are being trained now. And it looks like also both sides are looking for more or less a fast heroic. No units having been trained. We got the armory up, and the free junks are gonna be making Ulysses' life worse. There are also 3 triremes on the other side fighting against the 1 junk. Oh, actually, the junk is lower as well than the triremes. That's another ship difference that we've got. Lots of garrisons going on, as both players' entire sides are not able to really gather. The ships are able to dodge the shots from the docks, of course. And Heroic Age should be clicked in a second. Dionysus is coming in, and I assume... Oh, it double gong. No, it changed it. Hebo, so that will be the pick. We'll get War Salamanders, which can also go on the water. And they're a pretty good tool to take down the dogs, but so is the Scylla and the Hydra. Actually, are way superior, especially with the healer that the Greeks can get on the extended edition. And Hippocrates able to keep these multi-headed beasts alive. The Titan's treasure is going to be picked up by Theseus here. We've got another relic up here. That's the Eye of Ornu that we haven't checked. More damage for anti-infantry units like Hippo's Pest. Alright, we've got 5 junks now on this side. Against 3 triremes and the Scylla. That Scylla is really the tough part of this, right? See if anybody gets out some siege biremes. Juggernauts are out. That would have been the Atlantean ship, the siege bireme. But anyway, we got Satan 4 coming in. That's a major gather rate increase for the fishing ships. The Scylla is starting to do its job. And I think the Hydra is just chilling for now. Both relics will be picked up by a Greek player, and I think a Chinese player might be looking for a... That can't be a town center grab, no way. What are we looking? Oh, it was a town center grab. He already spent the resources. Very cool. Immortals are being made right now, and the dogs are doing their best to focus down the Scylla. The sooner you can get rid of this thing, the better, but it should be no problem for Ulysses to escape with it and heal it up. You can get so much value out of these. If you heal them. The Hydra already has 2 heads and a little bit more work on these animals, and that number can go up. These are, at the moment, rookie numbers. Damage gets doubled as you get 2 heads. And so on and so forth. Siege junks are out as well. But here's a siege juggernaut too, and they're the same. Although I believe usually there's some difference, but not in these cases. Oh, are these... What was that? Oh, it's the fire ship, right. That's where the fire projectile came from. I was confused for a sec there. Okay, Hydra now has 3 heads, and War Salamander is in a fight that it probably doesn't want to be in. Ceasefire is available for the Greeks should they need it, but there's no way that they're gonna lose this area. Of course, being down at TC is not great. There is a window where they can get ahead here. Oh, here comes the barrage. And that's gonna cancel the TC. The villagers have been hurt. The heroes are getting targeted a little bit by it as well. Units are being targeted with absolute accuracy. And yeah, they lost quite a bit of health. But here's the medium Hippicon. And I'm not sure that the Scout Cap can take that. Of course, the Halberdiers can. But I'm not sure about the Cataphract. There is not a single hoplite thus far. So I don't like those. They're so expensive to make as well. So Artemis is in for our Greek player. Completely missed it. There's just so much going on around the map. On Anatolia, of course, the third TC is being picked. But the Shillin is not having any of it. The main TC area looks to be earthquaked. A ton of houses are destroyed. A ton of production is destroyed. I believe the temple went down as well. But the TC remains. So is that worth it for Ulysses? He's done some damage, sure. He's housed his opponents. He can kill these units as they retreat with the Hippicons. And the Chimera following up should be able to roast and toast them. That should be juicy as well. Siege Junks doing what they can to take down the dogs. But it will take a while. And actually the dog can kind of defend itself for now. They have equal range. Until much later in the game. The Hydra has 4 heads. So can we get some 4 heads in the chat, please, on Twitch? Then if you're on YouTube, then I guess you better like and subscribe, because you don't get 4-head emotes. For whatever reason. The YouTube emotes are kind of sad, to be honest. They make me dead inside. Okay, Ulysses might be able to get to 3 TCs now. He's got enough Hippicons here to make this happen. Played this game so well so far. I'm sure he'll keep going. The Pentacounters have down their Penta-counter attack. Very nice. They're gonna be able to take down the junks even those units technically counter them. Very nice. We got the Geyser God Power being used. Ceasefire would counter it, but I'm not sure that it's required. A seal 3 villagers building settlement, and this should go up. Where is the Hydra? It's still alive, right? Okay, the TC is done. Hydra is going to stay alive for longer. I am not sure where it went. I really am trying to find it. But it's not anywhere near. Oh, it's going to town! In the town! It's got 5 heads! 5 heads! Hail Hydra! You gotta keep this boy alive. Seriously, this is the best boy ever. Who's a good boy? Yeah, you. Take down the TC with it. Doesn't get to that point, as Insanity is gonna be resigning, as this game has been absolute insanity with a 5-headed Hydra. What an epic conclusion to this that was. Do it again. So gamers, this is it. If Ulysses wins this one, he wins the tournament, but he's going a little bit off guard here, playing as Loki in the blue color. On the other side, we have got the gamer, Insanity. He's going Chinese every single time. Nuba. That's the 3rd time in a row that he's trying this god, so it better work. And honestly, I think that Loki is terrible on Oasis. That is my honest opinion. Every time I see it, it just gets wrecked by everything else. So, Ulysses better do some convincing here and make me look like a fool. I'll be happily taking it, because I want to see this god work on this map, but it just doesn't seem to be possible. Everyone else is just so much more solid here, being able to rely on a wood and gold economy. Whereas there's just not as much hunt. This is also a really big oasis, so China should be heavily favored with all those immortals that you can get out, able to fight off stuff from the Hersiers. And if you can get the elixir of immortality upgrade actually for them, they'll be regenerating. So that's a great way to deal with the Hersiers that keep going home to heal up with the healing spring. Especially if you get all 4 of them out. Anyways, our relics are gonna be the Girdle of Hippolyta, so that's extra hit points for archers, which would be actually very nice for Boxwagger in the late game. And we got the Tail of Cerberus, which is Mephian special attack recharge time. That would be sick for battle boars and fire giants. Okie dokie, so let's take a look at the resource situation. We've got berries in the back, we've got trees in the back, which is actually very useful for Insanity here, gathering quite a bunch of golds as well. Going forward to the hunt, there's a bunch of gazelles, there's a bunch of giraffes. This is a pretty good pack, but what next? That's what I'm really trying to find out, and it doesn't look like there's much, honestly, guys. This is a very low hunt version of Oasis. Of course, the main base with quad zebra, I think, is not too bad, but eventually this will start to be a problem. And we don't have a whole lot of golds as well for the Norse players, so yeah, that is gonna be part of the issue. The Ulfsark has not found that much. Making a second Ulfsark on a low hunt map is asking for a lot, right? Spy went down on the hunting villager, but should Insanity just be able to put those guys on berry bushes, that will be the least revealing information possible. So hopefully he realized that it's one of these hunting villas, and yep, the zebra has been switched off of, as we've got enough food now to transition to H2. Guangdi is gonna be the pick actually, so no elixir of immortality shenanigans to help defend against the Hersier, but rather we're just gonna go economic and maybe pressure. Now, Ovadi has subscribed on Twitch, so thank you very much. I'm actually a little bit late. And actually, Iron Maiden has rated the channel with 62 viewers, so that means the bronze match has concluded. No spoilers, the video will be on his channel. So AOL Iron Maiden on YouTube. Do find it. If you're on Twitch, you can just follow him directly, as he'll be chatting. Also, if we get another game, I'll be happy to invite Iron Maiden to cast the remaining matches with us. Hopefully there are remaining matches. I mean, I always love it when we go to Game 5 in the best of 5 and Game 7 in the best of 7 and so on. It is the way. I've never taken my headphones off before, I swear. Oh, I messed up the quote, didn't I? It's "this is the way." Ah. Embarrassing. Okay, anyway, these hearses are gonna be pushed away. Collie, Unsightly Dreamer, and Colbane, House Son. Okay, the Norse are hunting what they can, and there will be a little bit of extra here for them, the hyenas. Actually, killing off the gazelles with the hero just to make sure Olaf Warbender is doing the work. Terracotta Warrior is looking to raid, but is gonna be stopped in its tracks. I guess either the raiding game begins soon, or a Norse player will be forced onto berries and whatever. Actually, Norse can go after the baboons if they have the map control, right? So that should be fine. I'm not sure the Scout Cavalry are a sufficient meat shield against the hearse here, though. I would much prefer seeing, like, halberdiers in this matchup. They can kind of keep up. They're pretty speedy, so... Also, a local player has not yet had Hall of Fame research. I wonder if that's coming in. Yeah, it is. So in a moment, that will be done. And the searchers will be getting quite a bit of speed, up to 5.73 now. So that's very nice. But here come the 4 Immortals. And several Chukanu are available. There are several scouts. And I think Call to Arms might be the move here right now to make. Yeah, have to run away with those villagers. Our Loki player is going to be beginning to struggle as this game continues. Tower upgrade will be essential to have. Even getting the line of sight upgrade here for our Hersier. So that's 3 extra line of sight for just 50 gold and 2 favor. Ideally, you'd be getting that at a time like now when you have the gold. But one little risk here for our Norse player is that the gold mine is about to run out. So 2 more minutes and this is gone. Then you have to move here or here or here. And the Chinese player seems very much on top of this. So how do you deal with this? Especially without the prospect of a good heroic age timing. And being housed. And losing your temple, which is half your production. I think Ulysses might be in serious trouble as this Chinese army is breaking in. And, there's no guard dogs. Rip. Okay, the watchtower is finally done, so that will help. If some quick walling could be done here. Imagine how good that would be, but it turns the Chinese army around, so does the job as designed. Oh, got a Valkyrie spawn on this little group. The Immortals are a million miles away, cannot take this on. Why are we attacking the walls when the tower is here? Oh my goodness. Yikes. Temple is remade now. And dwarves are gonna be the core of the economy. Of course, when Norse players don't have food, you gotta do work with what you've got. And that's usually gold. But for how much longer our Nuva player has established such good battlefield control? Still no medium scout cav. That is such an essential upgrade to have. Great surround on this hearse here. Unsightly Dreamer is gonna be losing his sights forever. The Tale of Cerberus is picked up by a Chinese player. Not a super relevant relic, but if you go for Tiger late game, then you know you can make use of that for sure. Getting some nice cooldown reduction on the Tiger jumps. That is actually 5-second cooldown reduction, as the default is 20. So yeah, you can do some pretty good rates with that. His house will probably be going down. Valkyrie is gonna be holding strong though. Oh, Hershey doesn't smack the troop canoes for some reason. Yeah, Valkyrie better get out of here because the TC will finish her off. Oh, a troll spawns on the gold mine. That is actually great. But now here is the Chinese player with call to arms, being able to more than hold on. And I think he'll be killing every single Hershey. Maybe not with the Einherjar spawning though. That changes the engagement completely. Not only will the Chukanu be taking some extra damage from the attack, but oh, the Hershey actually weren't here. So what is going on? I'm not sure. Troll manages to take out, I think, 2 villagers there, but the kitchen knives and the TC too strong together. Okay, the Hersheyers will be pushed away as they just didn't participate in the fight while the Einherjar was boosting them. That is so unlucky. Just not the best micro from Ulysses there, but he might be able to compensation is in. The scout cav are gonna be dropping like flies. Where he's going? Gold mine. Yep. You need that. So many of the scout cav have died actually. This is insanely good for Ulysses. He can keep himself in the game. He can get a second TC. This is super nice. And actually the dwarves are going for the safest possible gold mine. Unfortunately, getting bullied by the hyenas though is not that nice. Where are the food gatherers? There's like almost nothing. Oh wow. Oh wow, so many idols. Heroic Age for the Chinese player is kicking in, which means they'll have access to cataphracts. That could completely change this game right now. Still no medium cav for whatever reason. The medium stable upgrade is so important for Chinese to make anything happen really, and better not lose these for no reason. I would love to see some medium cataphracts getting made to counter these Hersheyers, hard counter them actually. But the good news for the Hersheyers is that Gazer is actually not going to affect them. It doesn't work on heroes. It works on myth units and it works on regular soldiers, but only the Ulfsark is currently a regular soldier here. So I don't think he cares much. Yeah, we really need to see better cav units than the scout cav at this point, because Ulysses is starting to snowball this out of control, and if he reaches heroic age, he's gonna have flaming weapons, and there's nothing you can do about that. Here as a Chinese player, there are 4 trolls, so the Hammer troll upgrade might be worth considering, but I guess the Immortal Micro is just a little bit too good. We've got some decent upgrades now with Medium War Academy coming through, as well as Copper Mail. That will help a lot against these Hersheyers. But the Hersheyers are in the villager line, and this might be it. As a ton of villagers are getting picked off, the Chinese player is denied the gold mining, and they are on 0 gold right now. Even the garden isn't generating gold. Like I said, guys, it works on the Mythians and the Ulfsarks, but not the Hersheyr. The Hersheyr could be staying to fight, but that's not the case. Does Ulysses not know that he has immunity here? Oh, the trolls are getting actually picked off by this, as well as the Valkyrie is very low right now. Oh my god. The defense is great. Can Ulysses bring this back somehow? He's training a lot of units. Economy is being grown by both TCs at the same time. Farming is slowly being built up, and the Chinese player is now mining again. So yeah, good hold, good hold. And the game is allowed to progress more. This is not a strong army. It's very damaged. It might be worth to just make one monk and heal all of this up. You're looking at hundreds of resources that could be reclaimed by this. Well, here they come. Diving in very deep with those archers. The TC should definitely be firing at them. Actually, the heroes are getting picked off too. The dwarves are not sticking around to fight. Obviously, the kitchen knife fight against Chukunu might not be going as well as he would hope. Some terrible pathing here, preventing the Valkyrie from doing the work. And she ends up fighting the Immortal, which is a deadly... has a deadly consequence. The raiding cavalry is on top of the medium Chukunu. And that is, I think, trouble for them. They're gonna get absolutely cleaned up here. Why would Insanity extend so deep? And we're still not seeing any cataphracts or anything. It's just scout cav, and they're not doing their job. They're just basic units going up against Hersers and raiding cav and myth units. That is just not gonna work out. Lots of mining going on for Ulysses. He's still got only 11 farmers. So if he can slowly start building that number up, that would be great for him for sure. He's getting a bunch of idols. He's building up extra farmers as well. And hopefully he's got some economic upgrades. Plow will be extra important to mix in. He's currently getting pickaxe, and Hammer Troll actually has been researched. Not sure why, because he doesn't actually have a troll. He has one troll. Okay. I stand corrected. Wait, did he just train the troll? Oh, no, he got the upgrade. That's good, that's good. Ulysses is on 60 villagers almost against just 35. So if he can keep this going for a little bit longer, I think he'll be able to go heroic and put this game away for good. Of course, the Chukunu doing what they can against all these throwing axe. But the Valkyrie and the Hersia are just too much of a threat for them, along with the raiding cav and the Hammer Troll. This is gonna get cleaned up again. A totally good trade for Ulysses. He's picking up the relic, which will be helping the throwing axemen as well. So that's nice. Actually, I'm pretty sure the Girdle of Hippolyta affects the Boxwire gear as well, which is for some reason not in this tooltip, so we'll have to patch that. The tooltip, I mean, not the actual relic. I agree with Monkey. Alright, any upgrades? Hunting dogs and pickaxe. Oh god. Oh god, this is the worst kind of farming. Tamista would be ashamed for Ulysses. Very nice little dodging game by the hero. Torix Rock Boiler is doing the business. Showing Insanity who's boss, and once again knocking him off the gold mine. This might be the final nail in the coffin, to be honest. Like, Ulysses has been ahead in so many metrics for so long, and with Insanity dropping below 50 population in a moment, that's gonna be disastrous. Losing villagers left and right. They're coming in for the kitchen knife fight. The tower is coming up, so he'll have to get on top of that. He can kind of fight the throwing axe, to be honest, and the heroes can kind of fight the trolls. So this might actually work out in, you know, surviving for 1 more minute, but with the Hersia and the raiding calf coming in, I don't know if there's an answer to this. The villagers are dropping still 75 to 30, so Ulysses is more than doubling the economic population, and there's just no gold left for our Chinese player. I think they're gonna have to tap out, as Ulysses just takes this game and the series 3-1 total. We are not going to get Iron Maiden, unfortunately, to cast with us today. Would have loved it, but maybe another time. Either way, congratulations to Ulysses. He's absolutely smashed at this tournament with a little bit of hiccups here and there, but I mean, he's just showing why he was the champion of last season, and you know, maybe he'll get to defend this title this season as well. Today he's taking home $100, so huge congrats to him. Enjoy the medal, enjoy the money, enjoy the points. Good luck, good job by Insanity as well. He also gets coin. We want to thank our MetaPlace website subscribers. Your contribution helps us keep the project sustainable. Hitting our next goal will allow us to hire a video editor with your help. Check out the subscription page with the link in the description, and remember to collect your perks. We will see you in the next video. Our MetaPlace website subscribers. Your contribution helps us keep the project sustainable. Hitting our next goal will allow us to hire a video editor with your help. Check out the subscription page with the link in the description, and remember to collect your perks. We will see you in the next video.